baby's mother, and she didn't rock quite right, and the baby cried even louder. Wah! 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 The principal came rushing through the door and said, "Stop making that noise!" "It's not me," said Ben's teacher. "It's Ben's new baby sister. He brought her to school for show and tell in his knapsack." "Ah, don't worry," said the principal. "I know how to make kids be quiet." So he picked up the baby and said, "Hey you, be quiet!" But the baby didn't like that one bit, and she cried even louder. Wah! 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 The principal said, "What's wrong with this baby? He must be sick." So he went and called the doctor. The doctor came with a big black bag. She looked in the baby's eyes, in her ears, and in her mouth. Then she said, "Ah, I know what this baby needs. This baby needs a needle." So she opened her bag, got out a small needle, and said, "No, too small." Got out a longer needle and said, "Nah, too small." Got out a really long needle and said, "Nah, too small." Got out an enormous needle and said, "Ah, just right." When the baby saw the size of that needle, it cried as loud as she could. Wah! 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 Benjamin said, "What's wrong with this school? Doesn't anybody know what to do with the baby?" So he ran down to the principal's office and called his mom. "Mom, Mom, Mom, you have to come to school right away. It's an emergency." "Ben, I can't come to school right now. I can't find your baby sister. I don't know where she is." "She's not lost," said Ben. "I brought her to school for show and tell in my knapsack." "Oh no," said Ben's mom, and she ran to school. When she got there, the principal, the doctor, and the teacher were all standing around the baby, and the baby was crying as loud as ever. Wah! 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 Benjamin's mother picked up the baby and rocked it back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. The baby said, "Ah," and fell right to sleep. "Oh, thank you, oh, thank you, oh, thank you," said the principal. "That baby was making so much noise, it just about made me sick." "Sick?" said the doctor. "Did that man say he was sick? He must need a needle." So he got out a small needle and said, "Nah, too small." Got out a longer needle and said, "Nah, too small." Got out a really long needle and said, "Nah, too small." Got out an enormous needle and said, "Ah, just right." When the principal saw the size of that needle, he yelled, "Wah! Wah! Wah!" and ran out the door. Benjamin's mother said, "I think it's time to get this baby home." "That's a good idea," said Ben. "You can use my knapsack." "That is a good idea," said Ben's mom. So she carried the baby home, and Ben got to sit in the knapsack.
Oh, the baby. Yeah.
Just had to get a little animation into that.
Yeah.